Okay, I'm just going to do some answers to some of the questions, not all, just so that it can help you see where you went wrong maybe, or if you're still confused, here's another set of answers. So we're going to look at, this is back to Poisson. So it says, on average, delicatessen sells 1 jar of pickled snails every 2 weeks. And we need to work out what is the theoretical probability the delicatessen sells 3 jars of pickles in a 2-week period. So I'm going to write down my lambda is equal to 1, because it sells 1 jar every 2 weeks. That's my average. And then I'm going to write my probability statement. So I'm trying to work out the probability that x is equal to 3. So I'm going to go to my graphics calculator. I'm going to distribution, Poisson, and I'm doing an exact value, so I need PPD. So I know x is equal to 3, and my mean, my lambda, is equal to 1, and I get 0.061. 0.061. Okay, next question. This time it says at least 3 jars. My lambda is still 1. At least 3 jars means I'm working out the probability that x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so I need x is greater than or equal to 3. That means I need 3, 4, 5, 6 onwards. I can't work out greater than or equal to in my calculator. I need less than or equal to. So I need less than or equal to this part. So that is going to equal 1 minus the probability that x is less than or equal to. In this case, it's 2, because 2 is the last value I want included. So I need to go into my graphics calculator. And this time a distribution, Poisson, and I need PCD this time. So I need x is less than or equal to 2, and my mean is still 1, so I get 0.92. I'm going to round that to. Oh, it's a terrible 9. 0.92. So 1 minus 0.92 is 0.08. Okay, next one. What is the theoretical probability that the delicatessen sells no more than 2 jars? So if I write out this statement, so my lambda again is equal to 1. This is asking me the probability that no more than 2 inclusive. So x is less than or equal to 2. So what's asking me? Now this is a really nice question because I already did that over here. Probably x is less than or equal to 2 was 0.92. So that's done. Now it says explain your answers to B and C, how they relate to each other. Now it's really straightforward. This one is asking me 3, 4, 5, 6 all above. This one's asking me 0, 1, 2. So together they make all possible outcomes. So together they make all possible outcomes, so therefore they add to 1. So the answer to A and B and the answer to C add to 1. Okay, it says, on average, how many jars of pickled snails would you expect the delicatessen to sell in an 8-week period? So now I'm working out a new lambda for 8 weeks instead of originally I had 2 weeks. So 2 weeks was 1, so 8 weeks is 4 times as many weeks. So my lambda is going to be, where's the question? 1 times 4, because that's my lambda for 2 weeks. I've got 4 lots of 2 weeks, so now that is 4. So lambda equals 4. It's my new average. So what is the theoretical probability the delicatessen sells 10 jars in an 8-week period? So now my lambda is equal to 4. I need to go into my graphics calculator, and I'm asking for probably that x is exactly 10, sells 10 jars. So I need to go back and I need to go into PD. So I need exactly 10 with a mean of 4. It should be quite small. Yes, now I have a question about this. This means 5.29 times 10 to the negative power of negative 3. When we do that, we write, so probability of x equals 10. We write 0 point something, and then this number here, it either tells me how many times my point is being shifted, 1, 2, 3. The easy way to remember is that you need one less 0 between the point and the first number than the number here. So this is 3, so I need 2 zeros. So 0, 0, 5, I've got the number 29. Okay, next one. What is the theoretical probability delicatessen sells fewer than 3 jars? So my lambda is still 4. I need the probability that x is less than 3. Fewer than 3 jars. I can't work it out if it's just fewer than 3. I need less than or equal to. So probability that x is less than or equal to 2. It includes 2. It doesn't include 3, so it's less than or equal to 2. So go into my calculator, exit, it's less than or equal to, so I need to be in PCD, and it's less than or equal to 2, the lambda is still 4, so it's 0.24. Okay, and then for the final question, you need to list the Poisson requirements and then describe if they meet them. So the one that's true for a Poisson and binomial independent, always go with independent. So we're going to say that each jar of snails is probably independent from the others, but maybe if a customer sees another customer buying something else, they might be more likely to, but we're going to just say that they're independent. The average is proportional over time, so it stays constant. So for 2 weeks it's 1, and then for 8 weeks it's 4, and stays constant over time. However, there might be different demand throughout the year, but we can assume that the demand is the same throughout the year. Events cannot occur at the same time, so someone might buy 2 or more jars at once. So maybe this condition doesn't work for this situation, but we're just discussing whether they meet the requirement or not. We can still model it with a Poisson, but maybe it's not, all the conditions aren't met. And then finally, events are random. So this is likely to be random and unpredictable for buying snails, unless there is a festive season or a commonly bought time for the snails, but otherwise the customer walks in, unless they're a customer that always buys snails, it's unpredictable if they're going to buy snails.